Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the bullpen.
Yeah, come here, get out. Get out. Let me see. Because they run this camera back. And I asked him that he want number one and number two. Number one and number two. Because I don't know who this is. I don't know. You don't come up here. I don't know. Yeah, you push me. Come on. Yeah, bitch.
You hit me first, bitch. You right in the face. Hit me right in my face.
Police.
Here's your goddamn red bull back, bitch.
And Arby's Cordova.
What's your bull back, you black bitch?
Yeah, Arby's Cordova, 1860 North Germantown.
Black bitch.
A customer is arguing with the employee and he jumped over the counter.
But I'm intelligent, you
and he throwing stuff.
Earlier this week on Indisputable, we covered how an Arby's worker in Tennessee was attacked, defended herself, and then fired from the establishment afterwards. We have with us today Miss Kendra Irvin. Ms. Irvin, how are you?
All right.
Glad to have you on the program. I wish it was under better circumstances. We do want to hear directly from you as to what happened. Obviously, we can see the video. We can see the aggression, the violence, the racism. But give us some background as to that day and what led up to this before the video and during the video.
Okay, on January the 20th of 2025, he came in. I was at the fire station already doing some cleaning. So he was standing up there and waiting for his order to get taken. As I looked at him, glanced at him, he like he was already not in a good mood or whatever. But I didn't know I was up there. So I walked to the back, asked the manager who's up front. She said, I put you up front. So I went up front, said, hey, how you doing? Asked him, he didn't say, hey, how you doing back? He didn't reply back. He just went on with his order. I asked him what he want. He's like, he wants a roast beef sandwich. And I said to him that we have two different kinds. We have the beef and cheddar class, and we have the number two, just meat and bread. He said, pick. He said, it didn't matter. Give me one. So I picked it. I asked him, I said, can you check the screen to make sure your order's correct? He like, yeah. Gave me his money. And he gave me his money in the next attitude, but I didn't say nothing to him wrong then. Gave me his money. And as he gave me his money, his cook, I went on back to finish washing dishes or whatever I was doing. And as I come back from the kitchen, he had already gave his food. He was at the lobby out there in the lobby thing, getting sauce or whatever. And came back with the sandwich. He like, this is the damn sandwich I ordered, such and such. Bitch can't even get the order right. And I can explain to him like, sir, I can make the sandwich you want. He started shooting up and he walking back to the lobby. As he walking back to the lobby, he threw something towards me from the lobby while I'm sitting right there behind the counter. He threw something towards me. Yes, I threw something back at him because he's throwing at me. Like, why is you throwing at me? I didn't throw nothing at you. Yes, I did throw something at him. That what made him come across the counter when I threw what I threw at him. Came across the counter. He came past the fry. He went past the fry station, pushed me down like by my face, like literally, manly pushed me down. Like I was like, oh my God, I was totally in shock that way. On the video, you would see me with the knife in the fry pan. Because I was like totally shocked. Like this man just jumped over the counter and pushed me down for over an order that I could have fixed. I was like totally shocked. So that's why I had the knife in the fry basket. Get to work. They found out some days later. The managers, they say they didn't know about the incident until some days later. Had me come in, write a statement. That day, the Thursday, January 30th, they had me come in, write a statement. I wrote my statement. And they asked me, was I coming back to work? I was like, yes, I'm coming back to work because I have to take care of my son and my bills. I was coming back to work. That Friday, when I got there, I wasn't even on the clock 25 minutes. They called the manager that was on shift and told them to tell me that I was terminated and to get off the clock.
How long have you been employed? Were you employed at Arby's before this happened?
Working there April the 18th, 2022. April 18th of 2025 would have made 3 years.
Almost 3 years. And producers, if we have a graphic of the individual approaching the worker. Let's put that up if we have that graphic. At this moment, can you see that graphic? At this moment, when he's that close to you, and it looks as if obviously he's being aggressive again, what was he saying?
Right, he was grabbing my hand, like stab me. He was like grabbing my hand to make the knife like come towards him and stab him, like stab me, stab me, stab me, stab me, stab me. Like, okay, why would I stab you? I wasn't even trying to stab. I was just trying to get him away from around the counter to like get away from out my face, workspace area. I wasn't gonna stab him. I wasn't gonna do nothing so harmful. But I was just trying to get him to get out my space. Like that's why I had the knife in the private, like get out my face. But he grabbed my hand like this, stab me, stab me, stab me, like in my face, stab me, I'm going to jail. But my thing is, if I do something to him first, why didn't he stay on the scene? He left the scene when the police got there. He was gone before the police even got there. But he stated that I do something to him first. If I assaulted him first, I would have stayed on scene to press charges on someone that do something at me first, correct?
What was the response from your coworkers? Because obviously I assume other people saw this happening. Maybe there's a manager on staff at the time. What was their response?
They didn't do nothing. When no response to nothing, they just called the police and that was it.
Does this routinely happen at that Arby's, or is this a rare occurrence?
It was the first time this ever happened with me working on a shift that I don't work.
And about what time did this happen? What time was it?
About 9. He came in about 9:08. The police got there about 9:30.
Okay. And when the police got there, did they take a statement from you and others who were witnesses?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was the couple out there eating in the lobby, and he was acting food out there. They was out there. The police got their statement. He got my statement. I think he got the manager's statement. On the report, it doesn't say the employee that was on shift said anything. He didn't give no statement.
So none of the other employees made a witness statement as to what occurred?
Mm-mm.
Were you aware, or are you aware of the police getting the camera footage from Arby's?
No, they won't release it. Well, I went in to identify him with the sergeant. I sat right there, watch her call the manager, ask the manager how long it would take for them to release the video, how many days would it take to release the video, and the manager said she couldn't do nothing. She couldn't access, so she don't have access to the video. She's waiting on somebody that's over her to give her access to give the video. The sergeant asked the manager, can she get the number to the people? And the manager said she can't give their number. She couldn't give the number out. She'll call them and ask them, is it okay for her to give the number to the sergeant? And then when she hung up, the sergeant, like, they're trying to cover that company. I was like, I know.
Wow, that's very unfortunate. So as it stands now, that initial report was taken, the individual engaged in that kind of aggression and that kind of criminal behavior. There's no witness statement from any of the co-workers, as you know. And has he been identified? Has the person who did this been identified?
He has been identified. I went down to the police precinct team, identified him. But we couldn't press the charge because Arby don't want to release inside the video because the sergeant said it's first day. He said I do something first. I said he do something first.
So as it stands, so he does get identified. Arby's, they have the full footage. That's why we're talking about Arby's, because Arby's has the full footage of everything that happened because they have cameras in the building. Arby's, the corporate entity, you're saying that they are not releasing or allowing the release of the video?
Nope. They won't release it.
Has there been an exact determination from somebody in management as to why Arby's has decided not to release it?
No, sir. Then I heard when I wasn't there, they was asking the other employees, what am I trying to do? What y'all mean what I'm trying to do? I was trying to press charges on one of y'all customers, because this was insane.
It's really interesting. Employers have a responsibility to keep employees safe and also customers to an extent. And if they don't do that, sometimes employers can be held liable for something called premises liability. And that's when they don't take proper measure in order to make sure you are protected in a scenario like that. Let me ask you about your feeling at the time that this happened. Obviously, you were in fear for your life. I noticed that no one came and jumped in front of the guy. Were there customers there? How many people were in the vicinity when this happened?
2 customers in the library, me, another employee, and a manager.
Okay. And did anybody even say anything to him to get him to stop or to calm down or to leave?
The employee told, only thing the employee said was, "You can't be back here, sir. You can't be back here, sir." Nobody got involved in it. Everybody let it escalate to where it got to, did nobody get involved in it. It was just me and him just having an occupation, and everybody just sitting there watching.
Can you explain to us exactly where he was in reference to your workspace or the workspace of Arby's? How far did he penetrate to go into the workspace that you were working in at that time?
To the back. He jumped all the way to the back, like where the office is. He was nearly in the office, nearly inside the office. He went all the way back that way. Again, as he leaving, yes, I was going back after him because he had just assaulted me. Like, you just assaulted me. You think you're going to get away with this? But no, you need to go on, get across, get back.
Now, the sergeant is saying that it's basically a he said, she said without having the full video. I would rebut that and say, while you may not have the full video, you do have witnesses that can still be contacted. Just because they were not on the initial report doesn't mean they can't be contacted now. But you also have what seems to be a clear violation of trespass. He's not authorized to be in that area.
Mm-hmm.
Did the police sergeant talk about the trespass issue that he may have committed by being in an in an area that he wasn't authorized to be in?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. How has this affected you?
Badly. But I actually made me nervous. I'd be so nervous to even be around people because I don't know how nobody feeling or what they might just because they having a bad day, they might turn out and just flip on me. I'm just nervous actually. And then I'm in a bad bind with my bills and everything now because I'd have been fired. Like, it's just crazy.
Do you know if this Arby's is a corporate owned Arby's or a franchise Arby's?
I think it's a franchise.
Okay. And as it stands now, what reason did they give you for firing you soon after this attack?
Said I violated a policy.
Okay.
I wasn't supposed to retaliate. I guess I'm supposed to let him retaliate on me and then just call the police and leave it at that.
Okay. And has anybody given you an indication that in the future they're going to release the full video for the sake of the investigation?
No, sir.
And
I was told to delete the video, but I didn't delete it.
They told you to delete it?
Mm-hmm.
Who told you to delete the video?
One of the managers.
For what reason?
I didn't understand that part. When he was like, delete it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna delete it. But in my mind, I didn't delete it. That's how I got on Facebook because it's still in my phone. I didn't delete it. I'm not deleting nothing.
Yeah, you definitely, that's a little piece of evidence that actually made it out of this was the fact that there's some level of footage available. Because obviously others didn't go on record, at least not initially. Let me ask you about your life right now. You are a mother. And you have a GoFundMe.
Yes,
and
sir.
I think we have that GoFundMe available. Jordan, let's put that up. So Kendra has opened up a GoFundMe account to cover her bills. Obviously, this was something that happened abruptly, almost with the company for 3 years, and this happened. And also to help her in the process of obtaining legal representation. The GoFundMe is Support Kendra Irvin's Fight for Justice. Support Kendra Irvin's Fight for Justice. If you can provide some assistance for those who are watching this, I highly encourage you to do so. Obviously, this sister, you were just at work like you would go to work any other day. And this individual came in and all of a sudden your life has been turned inside out, turned upside down. Have you been getting responses on social media?
Mm-hmm.
What have those responses been?
Some of them be good. Some of them be reaching out, giving me support, saying they fight with me. They like they wrong for firing me. Some of them saying I'm the reason that he's acting like that. I had an attitude or whatever that day. But, excuse me. Since I've been working there, I never got a complaint from a customer or anything. Not even by no manager or nothing. I always been respectful. My mama raised me to be very respectful. I'm not no disrespectful person. I'm not just gonna walk in and give nobody. Why would I apply for a fast food and I know I got to deal with people and I'm gonna have to have a good attitude if I'm gonna deal with people. Not no nasty attitude.
Been with this company for 3 years and obviously developing relationships with coworkers and managers throughout that time. What has been the most surprising outcome of this whole saga for you?
Yeah, they let me go. I'll do for protecting myself. Like they let me go for literally protecting myself. What was I supposed to do? What else? What was I supposed to do? What if he would have shot me instead of throwing something because I got his order wrong? What if he would have shot me? Then what?
I find it quite offensive to the conscious that there's a video available. They have recording there for a reason. And when it comes to an investigation that could assist one of their employees in properly prosecuting, filing charges, pressing charges against somebody who attacked them, that they would not be fully cooperative with law enforcement because law enforcement want the video, correct?
Mm-hmm. They want to see when he came in from the whole time. And it's the cameras out there in the lobby and the cameras back there where we get. They can see him all back there. If they get the camera, they would have released him. They would see him going past he can't pass the fire station. He's all the way in the back with me.
Have you spoken to any attorney or attorneys as of yet to see what your legal options may be moving forward?
One lady inboxed me her husband on me. They live in Barley. I'm said I was gonna contact them once I got off the show with you guys, and then I called one of them. I think there was Morgan. They said they couldn't take.
Okay. I do highly encourage that you connect to good, solid legal counsel. Obviously, things like this should not happen, but when they do, and a corporation has the video, they definitely should not decide to act contrary to cooperating with the investigation, regardless of what they may personally believe about you or not. Cooperating with the investigation is simply normal business in cases like this. Let's put up the GoFundMe again. I want to make sure people have ample opportunity to provide assistance if they are able. Once again, we have a GoFundMe account. Kendra has a GoFundMe. Support Kendra Irvin's Fight for Justice. The information is there. You can go there. Sister, I'm sorry that this happened to you. You have been loyal to a company for 3 years. I'm hopeful that the outcome of this will be a bright and shining outcome for you. All right. I want you to just keep your head up. What would you like people to know before you go?
About me? Well, no, about me or
about you or even the situation.
The situation is crazy. If you ever come into a contact like this, please walk away. Please have 911 on standby. Just so you won't lose your job. Just because you can't protect yourself nowadays, you got to just sit there and take the insult from the customers because they say customers are always right, but customers are not always right. They come in being rude. We have to deal with the rudeness because if we get rude, then look at the results of what caused me. I lost my job because I retaliated because of customers retaliated on me.
Yeah. We wish you all the luck in the world, all right? And if there's anything we can do for you here at Indisputable, just reach out, because you got our information.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you for telling us your story.